Hello, welcome back to another Big Day 77 video. Today, once again, we'll be playing the world's greatest game, the IMF Trading Around the World Trading Simulator Game of Beauty. Yeah, it's a very good game, as we all know by this point, and today we'll be playing possibly the single most overpowered character in the entire game, Guillermo. Okay, as you can see then, the economic conditions are okay, so we'll sell a banana. That's a terrible price, no thank you. But then you go 12,000. And she says, I'll give you 1,000, and I say, okie dokie, and then you don't sell anything. You know the drill at this point. You basically just wait until economic conditions are good, and you just keep waiting. Example of economic conditions being good at the moment. Yeah. Recently, there's been a lot of kerfuffle, a lot of chat about how Minecraft is becoming a lot more popular than it has been previously. Now, I'm going to say that's a good thing because it is a great game. However, I do not agree with some things that have been said about it. Example, in a recent video, someone, who I will not name because it just isn't nice, they don't have that many subscribers after all, but someone said that it was possible, that it was the best game ever made. And I'm thinking, mate, you've never played the IMF trading game, and you're saying that that Minecraft's better? I don't fucking think so. IMF trading game is the best game, okay? Full stop. No question. Factually, no other game can compare to the majesty, to the pure elegance of the IMF trading game. You play it, it's educational. It's an educational game. It is a fun game. It is a mentally stimulating game. Stephen Hawking himself would have played this game if only he had found it out before, because as we all know, this game is the greatest game ever made, ever. I'd also just like to add one thing, one very simple thing as well. And now I might sound annoyed, but the fact is, I'm actually totally justified, because fact of the matter is that this is a great game, and people aren't respecting that. I'd also just like to add quickly that the thing is, I was really disappointed this year at E3 because there was nothing on the IMF trading, and the IMF didn't come out and say, hey guys, we're going to be patching the game. Because they should. It has some issues, I'll admit. It's not a perfect game. However, it's still a very good game. But it could be made even better if only they could do that. Examples of things that could be changed. They could be working to improve the graphics. I'll be honest, it's not a perfect game. It is not the most beautiful game in the world. If you enjoy beautiful games, I mean, this is still a good looking game, but it's not the most beautiful game. So you could play something else, like, I don't know. I don't know. Just, it's very difficult to think of a game that has is more visually pleasing than the IMF trading game. So, like, I just don't know. I really don't. It's just really surprising that people would say that, because it's such a good game. Like, I play this 24/7 pretty much. I'm never not playing it. It was an enjoyable, fun experience. And yet, people have the nerve, they have the guts to say, oh, it's not a very good game. Oh, it has a lot of issues. Yeah, I'll admit, it has some issues. It's not perfect. But are you perfect? I don't fucking think so. Until you're perfect, don't talk about how the IMF trading game is not a great game, because it is. It is a great game. It is the best game. It is so much better than all the other games. Even the ones that are really great, like Minecraft or Fallout New Vegas, they are visually stunning, both of them. They're both visually stunning games that are fun to play. This game, on the other hand, it just blows them right out of the water. Like, you just can't beat it. I'm really surprised there aren't any huge YouTube channels playing this game constantly. The idea that I am the biggest the idea that I am the biggest YouTube channel that plays this game is outrageous. The fact of the matter is this. This is an important educational experience, and everyone, while at school, should be forced at gunpoint to play this game, and anyone that says otherwise should be shot, because I'll be honest, you just don't understand how to make deals if you don't play this game. Donald Trump always talks about how he's great at making deals, but the fact is, he's only so good. And the thing is, the reason he isn't, like, actually what he thinks he is at being the best at making deals in the world, because he's not, is because he's never played the IMF trading game. That's where he went wrong. That's how he almost ended up at war with everyone, because he hadn't played the IMF trading around the world trading simulation game. I just don't know. I really don't know. Some people just don't understand the issues raised with this game. It is a great game, and anyone that says otherwise is not good. Anyway, moving on to something a bit more happy. There have been rumours on the IMF training game community that there was going to be a patch in September. I haven't heard anything personally, anything all that credible, but they've been heard. I've heard them. Like, some of them say that they're going to add being able to sell, like, goods. Like, you'll be able to play as Guillermo and you'll have all of this, and then you'll be able to buy, like, steel or something from Asia when it's really low and sell it when it's really high. That would be a really good thing, I think. And I would definitely play a lot more than I do now if that was added. I'm just saying, like, come on. This game could be even better. We're talking, like, the fact as well that this is free really shows that the people at the IMF are really watching out, really taking care of people. I mean, I'll just be honest. This is just a great game with no flaws at all. And, yeah, it's very good. It's very good. But some people say that it isn't. And those people are sad inside and they're denying the fact, oh gosh, I made a big, really screwed that up. Really sorry for swearing earlier, it wasn't right. It really wasn't very nice of me. It's an absolute disgrace what some people will do. Absolutely a disgrace. So sad. Like how coffee normally sells for like 300, but when the economic conditions are good, it sells for like 1,000. Guillermo is like the most underrated character. Like, you look at him and you go, he starts with the least amount of money, or the second least, and he has a interesting face that most people look at and just go, excuse me, what the hell? But then he is the most successful one there. I mean, look, at almost 70,000. It is so difficult to get that with, like, Australia. See, that's really the story. This actually is educational because it's like a lot of South America. Because South America could potentially, in the future, it always looks like it's going to be really good, and it could be like a really powerful continent, and there could be a lot of people there, a lot of countries that could be really powerful, but they're not, because they throw it away. They have corruption, they have communism, they have all these issues, and it really doesn't help their cause. But as we can see from the trading simulation game, the IMF trading game, it really doesn't have to be that way. Here's Guillermo making more money than Australia, with, like, nowhere near as much. Okay, we're going to wrap this video up because we're approaching the 10-minute mark, and there's not really enough for two-part series, so I'm just going to essentially just sell everything at any price that they offer me and see what we end up with, because this has already been a very good game. Very good economic conditions. Very good everything. Very successful game. We are out of Kafifi. We now have 75,066 United States dollar dues. I'd call that a great success. See you next week for when we will be playing as Sophia, possibly one of the worst characters in the IMF trading game.